All right. Hello there, guys and gals. This is John from Nick Then Gaming, and we are in Golidcia Week 2 of development. I've made quite a few changes. I haven't got around to implementing the changes that JD asked for last week, but I do have them set up. So, without further ado, let's kind of dive into this. I want to keep this video down to about 30 minutes. The first thing you might notice is I changed the look of the ground quite a bit. It now uses more natural look, so it has this dirt, it has the grass, it has this grass over here. I hand placed the trees. They've got the shadow going on with the trees as well. We've got a nice texture on the mountains now too. Um, and yeah, let me know if you think that if it looks better than it did last week. I also removed the snow-capped mountains. I actually just kind of changed it into this uh, rocky dust type stuff since I felt it weird to have snow-capped mountains at such a low height. But that's the change aesthetically. If we look at the top left of the screen, we see that there's a speed timer. You can go from 0 speed, which is, you know, you can't move, but you can look around. You can take a screenshot like this. Um, it's pretty much the pause. You have half speed in case, you want to make more strategic decisions. You want to have a advantage on the computer because now you can make your moves faster. You've got 1 times speed, 2 times speed, 3 times speed, and 20 times speed. I'll reduce it down to 1 times speed. Just to show you the camera, the bottom left shows you the camera for my village. We can see in the screen at the bottom right, I'm now building the town hall, which we can see on my main camera too. Um, After this upgrades, yeah, we see floating text above it, and that would be for my farm, lumber mill, and market as well that produce resources. It shows you the resource type you're getting and how much you're getting. When I add the fighting and buildings are starting to take damage and burn to the ground, it's going to show you the damage type and it's going to show you how much damage was done to the building. And the text actually turns into the camera, so the text is always facing you. Now let's hop over the pond to look at this. Yes, the game now has an AI going in it. Super simple, not the AI that you think of. It's not Matrix AI, that doesn't actually exist. It's just AI like every other AI of a simple if-else statement. And let's update it to 20 speed and we can see them build and upgrade their troops as they go along. We can see them upgrade their walls. Um, yep, there we go. Now they've got the stone walls. They don't have the towers yet. We'll see the different upgrades to their units as they go along as well. We can see their archers. Let me reduce the speed so we can get a good look at the archer. They've already upgraded the archer armor all the way up. Well, they've got a mounted archer over here. They've got a mounted swordsman with a golden sword already. Nope, that's a golden short sword. Okay. He's got 2 more weapon upgrades left. Oh, they've got the crossbowman going on over here. Still very basic, needs a weapon update. Oh, they just built a ram. Here's the nice ram. Oh, the most basic trash unit, the uh, clubman or axeman. Um, let's see, what else can we find? Oh, looks like they're upgrading their horses now too. And I saw a spearman. Yes, here's our spearman with a level 2 spear. He's got 1 more spear level left, which would be the halberd. Oh, we just saw this guy update. What is he? He is the crossbowman. I think he upgraded his armor. Yeah, he doesn't have that simple archer garb. He has the nice looking armor. Oh, and they're building the beast layer. That doesn't have any units yet, but I'm excited to get the units going on there. All right. Oh, they've got a mounted mage. Yeah, here we go with the mounted mage. They don't have a king yet, so let's speed it up to 20 times again and see what they can pull off in the time. They don't have any of the defensive towers yet either, and we'll just kind of go through it like that, and then maybe I'll pause it and go through my village. There is a little issue right now that I'm not going to fix before I make the video, which is your upgrades are intertwined with the enemy upgrades just because I've misassigned some stuff. And here they've got the catapult. Looks like the catapult is fully upgraded, I think. I don't think the ram isn't fully upgraded yet. And they've got the ballista, which is not fully upgraded yet either. So let's keep an eye out. They've got the temple built now too. I'll go over all of the different buildings as well. We can talk about that. I'd love to hear your input on what changes you might like to see in the game, what improvements, what do you think of the little mini camera in the bottom right? I might be replacing that with a mini map like we see in video games a lot instead of a camera on your village. That was kind of a sudden decision. I spent like 5 minutes tossing that together. So, lots of things to work on going into week 3. Nothing's, at a complete state yet. My lumber mills, I need to move them back a little bit more. They're still breaking their nose on the roof over here. Poor guys. But yeah, so let's go over the different buildings. This is, of course, your main building. It starts off as the town hall, then it goes into the keep, and what you see here is the castle. Um, and then you've got your 3 resource buildings. You've got the lumber mill, which gives you wood. You've got the farm, which gives you wheat or food. And then you've got the market, which gives you gold as they're selling all of this nice green, red, and yellow circles to the army, I suppose. Um, and yeah, that gives you wood, food or wheat, and gold, respectively. Then you've got the basic unit buildings. You've got the archery. Once you build an archery, you can build your mage tower, and then you can build the temple. The archery gives you archers, arbalists or crossbowmen, and it gives you the mounted version of both of those. The mage tower just gives you mages and mounted mages. The temple, however, gives you priests and templars, which are the highest level of ranged units. The priest will heal your units in battle, which is pretty nice, and he gets to upgrade to an area of effect heal. And the Templar would reduce damage to everyone, and he would, um, let's see, the Templar would become invincible for a few seconds when he goes down to like 20% health, which makes him pretty useful. The Beast Layer doesn't have any units at the moment, but the Beast Layer would spawn Minotaurs and Dragons, which are going to cost a ridiculous amount but have an appropriate size of health and damage to them too. I don't see any kings right now. If you see a guy with the crown, shout out, that's a king. Also, if you see a bald guy, shout out, because that would be the priest. Um, yeah, then we have the houses. You have 14 different houses. Each house, each level of the house gives you 1 unit space to build units. So you can have 14 times 15, whatever that is, of units, which, as you can see, is quite a good number of units. The barracks gives you clubmen, which are pretty much cannon fodder, swordsmen, which are mid-level, spearmen, which do extra damage to horses, um, and then you have the officers. Officers, Templars, and Kings are your three top level and also most expensive units. The stables doesn't actually produce units, but they let everything else build the mounted units like you see here, where the horses have 8 levels of horses, and we're seeing level 8 horses right now. Uh, let's see, what else have I not talked about? Yeah, the mage tower just gives you mages and mounted mages. The granary increases your resource capacity. You can hold a lot more of each resource. Oh yes, here we go. The library. I need to work on library spells, maybe in week 4. Um, but the library would give you global spells. You can heal all of your units. You can make them invincible. You can enrage them. I've got like 4 different spells that I've mapped out for the library. You've got the blacksmith, which upgrades your armor, upgrades your weapons, and it lets you build siege weapons, like we see here with the ballista, the ram, and the catapult. The town hall, you can not upgrade a building past the town hall level. So if your town hall is level 6, your buildings can only go up to level 6, as is expected. The town hall also builds the king and the mounted king, which, um, if the king dies, it takes a very long time to rebuild the king. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it with the guys. I'm gonna put the speed back to 20. Oh, okay, here we go. They're building the next level of tower. This should be Tower A, the ugly wooden towers. Yep, there we go, the wooden towers. Okay, looks like they're upgrading their walls. Hopefully we can see them build the Tower B, which is the second level of defensive tower. And here, let me actually just go through this, and I'll see you in a little bit after I fast forward time. All right, and they are building the next level of tower. This is Tower B. It's going to be a stone tower with a bit of wood on top. Still not the best tower you can get, but still uh, pretty good. The towers are going to attack units, so it's going to be the only building that actually attacks. So pretty useful to help defend against the enemies. And eventually we'll see them get to tower level C. And I don't know, maybe I'll make the tower C have like exploding arrows or something like that. Um, and maybe increase the range of them too. Because level 1, maybe even level 2, I want the uh, ballista and catapult to be out of the range of the towers. Although ballista is more of an anti-unit um, siege weapon, the catapult is an anti-building siege weapon, and the RAM is strictly building, super weak pretty much, but good early on in the game. But yeah, let's kind of come back in another little bit after we see some progress being made. All right, and here we go. They are building the last level of tower. And after this, I'll go through and kind of guide you through the upgrades one at a time as we finish up the video. I'm hoping to not make it too long. Still some fixes. Love to hear your input, good or bad. What do you think of the game? Changes you think would be made? What do you think of the changes that I made to the environment? Um, I don't know. Should I go out and search for the money to buy a different um, terrain pack? Some different materials for the ground? I think it kind of matches fairly well. Maybe I want to redraw the land. The land was kind of hand painted by me, so it's not anything terribly skilled. But we can see a fully upgraded town right here, which is nice. Lots of gold at the end. We can do a zoom in on some of their units. Some of my favorite, if I can pick them out. One of my favorite would be this guy right here, the officer. He is really nice looking. He's got that Roman mohawk. He's got a nice sword, a spiked shield, the horns on his head. He's got all of it. Yeah, here we've got a priest. Nice little priest over here, riding on his horsey. We've got the mage down there. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much the units so far. So great. I'm going to make a quick pause in the video, and before you know it, I will be back with a new game where I'm going to be working on my own base and talking a bit more. So let's see here. And poof, we've reset the game and turned off the uh, enemy AI so I can focus on my stuff. I'm just going to speed up the game as I go through my different upgrades. Uh, and I did that just because there's a little hiccup in the game where the I just made a little drag and drop mistake, which I'm going to be fixing with how I typed up my script for the AI. So the computer is actually affecting the player upgrades, which wasn't so nice when I was making my first edition of this video, so I kind of split it into two parts. If you like this UI, let me know. Let me know what you think of the UI. Do you hate it? Is it too like neon-y, I suppose? I'd love to hear any feedback. Um, yeah, I'm going to be putting the updates from the first video in later on as well, where it lets the player, you kind of have like a horse-drawn cart walking around your empty base area until you build your town hall, and then the horse-drawn cart goes to the town hall area, collapses, and there you get the villager to start everything off, instead of having the villager spawn from the nether, I suppose. It kind of gives more meaning to it. And I do still really want to have the town hall construction from the very start. So, sad that I can't please JG something or other. But I am still very happy that he brought up how he didn't like that one part of the game. Always happy to see some criticism. right, let's get a bird's eye view of my village. It's coming along well. I think, yeah, I need to upgrade my um, buildings a bit more so I can go through the upgrades with you. Upgrades don't have any costs at this moment. I need to kind of work out the costs, and I think with my units, I want to make the units cost a lot more too, just because when you have, you know, I think the maximum resources you can get is a bit almost up to or maybe over 50,000 resources. And with the most basic unit costing like 500, and you get resources nearly instantly because you have 4 level 15 farms, um, it makes it to where you can send an endless stream of cannon fodder at the enemy, which is a strategy in its own. And I really don't think the game would last long enough for you to get to level 15 unless you're playing a defensive game and really pulling out the game. I think I want the game to last until like level 5, sorry, level 11 or level 12. I think that's a good uh, time for the game to take. Something like a 20-minute game duration or so. And yeah, I plan on adding more maps to the game as well. So it's not going to be just the plain stuff. But this is what I'm, starting with. I still need to go through all of the different screens and the credits and all that stuff. Even though it's pretty much just me in the credits since I'm the only one doing this all on my own and lonesome with using some assets I got from Black Friday, which is nice. Thankfully, we have the holidays. Maybe I'll see some Lunar New Year sales on some uh, terrains that I can find the money to pick up. Um, but yeah, with your feedback, I can improve this and make it happier for you. And this is definitely a computer game, so I'm even planning on releasing it for Steam. I might put it on itch.io, but I don't know. It's a bit easy to um, pirate things off of the itch since you're getting, strict files instead of running through a controlled engine. But we'll see how I end up doing things. Definitely plan on putting it on Steam at least. So hopefully, people would want it there. But alright, I think my buildings are getting to a good level. We are at level 14, going on to 15 with most of my buildings. The temple, mage tower, and barracks are some of the most important stuff, so I can show you the different upgrades and units. That's my main thing. I want to show you my upgrades, which I've fixed. Well, kind of not fixed, but actually just implemented. And yeah, I can talk you through the units a bit better. Okay, so yeah, let's put the speed back to 1 time. I've got the town hall building, so let me actually finish the town hall because I can't build my king right now because my town hall is still building, and we never got to see the Templar. For some reason, the player over here never built a Templar, which, it's I have the AI randomly picking units, so it's not guaranteed that they're going to build a Templar. But okay, here we've got my mounted king. I'll do a priest, a Templar, a mounted priest, and a mounted Templar. We see they all have unique icons and unique building times. We saw the ram, catapult, and ballista. We've got the mage and the mounted mage. With the units, they do like a triangle of damage where everything does damage to the siege weapons. The ballista does extra damage to units. The ram does a ton of damage to buildings, and the catapult does extra damage to buildings. Archers eventually unlock the flaming archer, which shoots flaming arrows, and that would do extra damage to buildings when you get to that level. And then, spearmen would do extra damage to anyone on a horse. Swordsmen do extra damage to archers. Archers extra damage to horsemen, and horsemen extra damage to archers and spearmen. Archers and swordsmen, I believe. Pretty much anyone on the ground. So let's speed this up a little bit. Get my units training. Okay, they all finished training, which is good. All right, let's return the speed. Still not seeing the upgrade for my town hall, which might just be something I need to go and uh, work on. There are a few kinks to work out, but no biggie there. I think I already built a Templar. Let's see if we can find a Templar. Oh, here, yeah, there are the Templars. Let's reduce this to half speed. Yeah, we see the Templar with the big hammer and the Templar-like gear. He's got that, cross and all that stuff, rocking the good old cross. Let's go into some of my upgrades. We actually want the upgrades from my... Oh, you know what? Let's give myself some stone walls. Let's go to my blacksmith so I can upgrade the weapons. And I'll go into stables so I get my... oh, I actually went with horse speed, which isn't what I want. Let's go into the stable and get the horse armor. There we go. Okay, so now if I look at the horses, they've now got this little, they've got a saddle now instead of just being a plain horse. Oh, there's my king. The king also has a kind of mallet, I suppose, but it's a bit spikier than the Templar one. So let's go to the blacksmith and let's go with the second level of weapons. Yep, we see that the ballista is now using the blue arrow. The catapult now has a spiked rock instead of just a plain rock. And my ram is somewhere. There it is. Yeah, now the ram has walls on it. Ram's actually fully upgraded already. Oh yeah, I need to go into my temple. The temple is the only place you can upgrade your Templars. And let's start upgrading the armor as well and go for horse armor level 2. Yeah, we're right about at the end of the video, so you know what, I can speed it up a bit more. Let's do 3 times. Let's see. Yep, there we go. We've got the upgraded horsemen. Ooh, they actually look a little bit clansy. Might want to avoid the white. Yeah, you get to choose your unit color. So, yeah, it might be a bit sketchy going with some of this stuff. Okay, the Templars are fully upgraded now. Stables, let's get horse armor. You saw horse armor already. We don't need to see that. Now, after unit armor level 2, we get to see the... Okay, maybe not yet. I might need to exit this, but let's see. No, I need mage tower so I can upgrade my mage staff. Let's see what I need to upgrade the mage. Maybe casting speed. Eventually I'll get to the mage staff level up. but I might have missed that upgrade when I was just plugging things in. Let's actually speed this up to 20 so I can go through all of my upgrades pretty fast. So let's see. Mage, mage, mage. Okay, mage is fully upgraded, but it looks like I definitely missed the mage staff up. Oh well. Yep, here we got a Templar. Ooh, yeah, look at that big thing. And he's got the officer mohawk going on. We've got the king. Did I go with the blacksmith? Okay, I might have messed up the blacksmith upgrade too. But alright, nothing we can't fix by week 3 for all of you. Worked on, a lot of other things. Um, but yeah, that's about it. And we're kind of at the 30-minute mark, so we kind of want to end this video. So let me know what you think, Let me know some changes you'd like to be made. I think I'm definitely going to change my camera at the bottom right to a mini map. I'll work on blocking off more of the city so, people don't get stuck behind things like this. We don't want units going behind the castle after all. Um, but yeah, if you've watched this far, thank you so much and have an amazing day. And I really look forward to seeing you all here again in week 3. And if you follow all the way to release, that'd be amazing as well. So I'll definitely let you know as this gets closer to finishing. We're, of course, really far away from there so far. But yeah, have an amazing day. See you next time.